Okay, my name is Mauris, and I'm representing the Eegloo Business Laboratory, and today I'm going to tell you what it's all about and who we are looking for and what we have to offer to all the startup entrepreneurship community of Latvia and maybe Baltic states. So, but to give you a bit of background why I'm standing here, I want to tell a story about myself. I'm more than 13 years in web and mobile development. I worked for the Delphi, for 1LV, for a different company. Then I owned my own company, but okay. And we were serving local and the European and US customers, offering them different kind of development on different platforms and all this stuff. But for the 13 years, it took me a long story, I figured out that there was a lot of money there, and we even hit the milestone of almost 500,000 LATs in the local market in revenues annually. And I've got an experience there in different kind of questions, but I understood that it wasn't actually a good perspective to go as a professional, as a guy who is really want to build something meaningful. And of course it wasn't fun, you know, all these enterprise clients, all this technical stuff, all this paperwork and all this stuff, it's boring. And I understood that I'm kind of Godzilla that's going, oh my God, I'm gonna die if I'll continue this way. And I decided that I will face the reality that something is out there that's pushing me away from the enterprise to some other level. So I understood that to survive, I need to adapt, I need to transform, and maybe not me alone, but the team around me. And I decided to quit the company that I owned almost 2 years ago, and I decided to start startups. And of course, I started 3 startups. The first one was in 2008, I think, or 2009. It was the first touch to the startup stuff. And we even got revenues of around $1,000 a month for a couple of months, but then it died. And then I joined one social startup that was huge, with a huge perspective, and after working for this for almost 1.5 years, I've decided that, oh, come on, it's boring, no revenues, no traction, because 2 million a month visitors for the social, it's not a traction, it's nothing. And one mobile startup that also I decided to quit, but because of another problem that is already on the shareholders level. But it's okay, because I understood that startups doesn't give you money like enterprise. Enterprise gives you money, and then you give them work, project, and all this stuff. In the startup, you need to give money, and then maybe you will get it back, but it depends. But I got plus experience. For the 1.5 years, I think I've got so much new connections, so many interesting stuff that is amazing. I saw the really big perspective, and thank for the TechHub for sure, because they have started this co-working space, and it was really fun. And of course, it's the way to go. That's why I'm standing here, and today I'm going to tell you what Eegloo actually is. And we will start, because when talking to the guys, I understood that many don't know what Eegloo means. How many of you know what Eegloo means? Oh yeah, yeah. Then this slide is actually, should be there. Because Eegloo, it's spelled with I, but it's pronounced with E. It's a snow house, it's a shelter that is built to save you from the snow, from the cold that it's outside. It's warm inside and it's cold and windy outside. So we decided that this concept, it really fits in what we really do. But what we really do is quite simple. It's a new type of incubators that offer its in-house team and maybe for some of you cozy place to bake lean, each scratching, revenue-focused and globally oriented startups. It's a way to, we call it like bakery. So we took one startup, we put them into the Eegloo. We developed this startup. We are putting to the market. We are getting feedback. Then we're making pivot and developing it one more time and we are doing it really, really, really fast. So to understand it in more details, the first thing we are doing is launching your product. If you need to launch as fast as you actually can, you can join Eegloo, and we have a team that will help you to launch your product. The second thing, we will help you to get feedback. Maybe to spread the word in domestic market, and we will hope that in the nearest future we will have opportunities to spread the word on European market. And of course, the major thing, we are offering you to pivot, because it's really important for the startup before the first launch to pivot for the second launch. And we are doing it much, much, much faster than you can possibly imagine. And Fearless was told that they thought that it will be 6 months, it was 12 months, and it's only the one example. There are many of them that are sharing the same experience with these deadlines, with all of this stuff. So how it was born? Maybe some of you have read this startup genome report. That guys was sitting there and analyzing all this stuff about startups and how do they flourish, why some of them are successful, why some of them not. But there are a lot of some things that are really, really interesting, because solo founders take 3.5 times longer to reach scale stage compared to a founding team, if you are in the team. And they are almost 2.5 times less likely to pivot, so they don't change a product so often. The second stuff is about investors. Many investors over-invest. They invest more money in solo co-founders. They invest more money in than is necessary to reach some kind of traction. And that's another point. And the third point is startups need 2-3 times longer to validate what's happening with their product on the market. And the purpose of why we are building Eegloo and pretending it here, it's that we want to solve this problem with time to market. If you want the quickest way to the market, then it's our team. We can help with this. Of course, it's a quality level, and Fearless Wills just told that product is everything. And we understand that many of the really interesting products simply they are not quality. They are not in the quality that someone will use it and someone will share the word and all of this stuff. And of course, we want to focus on the revenue stream. So, startup without revenue, it's a kind of, we call it round mania, because we really love all this stuff: A round, B round, C round, D round, E round, and all of these alphabet letters that are there. But we are really believe that a lot of startups need this, but the majority don't need all these rounds. All they need is a revenue. It's generate some kind of cash, some kind of income. And let me show you, maybe it will be exaggerated, a bit example, but let me show you a good example of user-base focused, too many clicks, sorry, beer pub that is growing its user base. They are not focused on revenues, they are focused on user base. So they're giving everything for free. So you can drink free beer, you can have a free steak, and they are opening here in Latvia, then in Lithuania, in Germany. You have hundreds of bars around Europe. And then you decide, come on, we're already on C round, we need to monetize somehow all this stuff. And they decide, okay, come on, charge for VC visits, and that's the best monetization model for these bars, because everyone is drinking for free. Come on. Then you need to put €1 to get to the VC. It sounds ridiculous, don't you think? But I think it's a common way how startups are made. So now Eegloo is why I'm here, because I was working for half a year to make all this stuff happen. Now Eegloo is a team of 6 people. The 3 of them, it's a management team. It's me. I'm CEO. It's Anthony. He's somewhere there. Here he is. He's CTO. He's our technology guy. And here is Max somewhere. He's our operational guy, guru. I think. He's operating there. So we have raised 200,000 euros for funding. It's a guaranteed funding that we have for now. But we have also agreed on the cap that we can scale this funding already now if we have a good traction, a good startup pool and everything else for 400,000 euros. I think it's quite good amount of money for the Latvian market. And we've just, today we received first shares in our office in Valdemara Passage. We hope to get the furniture tomorrow. Okay, so what we have to offer for the startups, for the entrepreneurs, it's quite simple. The first thing, of course, is development. It's development team that is in-house. You don't need to pay them salaries. You don't need to deal with all this human resources stuff and all of this crap that is happening. Oh, I don't like him, he don't like me, come on. And we have, of course, a design, not a team, but one guy, and I'm as an art director for this guy also, who is capable of designing web solution and mobile solutions, so almost everything you need. For the rock stars, well, we are open to pay even salaries. If you join with your startup and you don't have funds to live for, to buy bread for, we can negotiate this stuff also. So you need to be focused in Eegloo only on what you're doing. Of course, it's premises, but it's not the first stuff that we are offering, because we don't have 400 square meters, and if you are here, that's wonderful. Then we can work somehow remotely. And in beta version, we are now working, I've put a sign beta because we are now working on advisory board. And if someone wants to join the advisory board and have some interesting background, we will be happy to talk to. And we are working on marketing to have some kind of power in this stuff, because it's a weak side of Eegloo right now. I'm really honest. And these are two things that we want to be ready within a 3 to 6 months. And but I want to emphasize one more time that two major things that we are offering, it's a development and design. It's a product itself. All the other stuff you can get somewhere else if you want to. Or if you already have premises, or you can work from home, or you have funds to live for, it's okay. Just join and we will manage the rest. And of course we understand that there could be million ideas, million startups with different time frames and all this stuff. And we decided that we will keep focus only on certain type of startups. And we have a list of criteria that I want to share with you. The first one, it's number one, it's revenue focused. Any startup that wants to join Eegloo should be revenue focused, not user-based focused. We will grow to 1 million users and then we'll sell to Google. Now, we are talking about revenue. The second stuff, it's itch scratching. It's also very important because we want to build stuff that solves problems, real problems, not some kind of imaginable ones. And with all respect to Fearless Will, they are great and all these games are great, but we are not the place where to bake games, because it's too, kind of. Yeah, it's cool, but it's not for us. We are playing. I'm not. I haven't played the Angry Birds. My kids were playing, but anyway, I'll definitely install them Fearless Wills. And the third stuff, it's light and lean. Each startup joining Eegloo should be maximum light, not only from the development point of view, but also from the management point of view, from the different kinds of loans, obligation, all of this stuff. If you have a loan in the bank that you have taken, then we won't repay it, So just come on in and we will figure out. Of course, you need to be able to scale globally without any assumptions, without any if, when, and all of this stuff. And that's one of the major issues. This one I like. No one understands it, but even my guys. But anyway, it's personally for me trendy but classic. Under this, have you? How many of you have installed this new application called Mailbox on iPhone? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, not so bad. That Mailbox, it's a classical problem that managing your mail, but it's done in totally different, in trendy style. And that we want to solve classical problems with some kind of trendy and up-to-date solutions. And of course, for now we don't have 100 developers on different platforms, so we need to be able technically to make a startup a reality. So, we prefer business-like startups. So if you need to hire a bunch of salespeople that will run around the Riga and sell your stuff on the streets or in the offices, then I don't think it's the best way to come to Eegloo to do this. If you're business-like, if you're product-oriented, if your product is kind of viral, or it's a self-service where you don't need to sell, like eye-to-eye sales process, then it's certainly for Eegloo. And then just to give you a short overview, the first 4 revenue-focused, each scratching, Light and Lean and Go Global, it's a must-have. Must-have criteria that to join Eegloo. The 3 ones, the trendy, touchable, business light, are kind of negotiable. So, which startups we are looking for? We are looking for startups at any stage. For example, I think it's a common situation. You have idea and you have a guy. Come on, I have an idea, I have a sheet of paper, and I don't know what to do next. So come to us, we will discuss, and if this really idea is matching this criteria that I just named, then we could possibly have cooperation. And of course, you can have a prototype, and you have made it, or you have paid someone to make this prototype. You can also join Eegloo to make the second version, etc., etc. And of course, even if you have a prototype and you have a team, you are also able to apply for Eegloo, and we will figure out how we can cooperate. But you need to understand that each of these stages depends on what equity we will ask you for, because we don't ask you for money. We ask for equity in the project that is going to exit Eegloo. And depending on the stages, the equity could be from 90%, even if you have an idea and you are the guy and nothing else, and we need to do everything else, and that's a 90%. You get a 10% because you're a cool guy with an idea, come on. If you have a prototype and you have made it by yourself and you want to join Eegloo, then it could be around 50%. It could be 60, it could be 40, it could be 30, it could be 70. Depends on the quality of your prototype, depends on the metrics that you have gained with your prototype. And of course, if you have a prototype, working prototype, live, with some kind of traction, you have 2 developers, you're a business guy, and you need a designer to make the second version, we can even agree on 10% because it's cool. So, what is the life cycle? What the essential of what we do in Eegloo? As I told you, it's a time to the market. It's always about timing and the quality. So, in Eegloo, be prepared to develop a prototype in maximum 6 weeks. We are now thinking about developing a prototype in 4. It could be even better. Then be prepared to launch it and to get some kind of first feedback and to hit some kind of milestones that you have in your mind. For example, I'll get 100 downloads of my iPhone application or 100 registered users. We don't care. We will agree on this milestone and on these metrics. But you should hit them, because on the second iteration will go only the project that have hit their milestones. And then we will pivot and we will develop the second version. It's already more time, up to 2 months, it's 8 weeks, but we also think that it's too much. I think 4 will be okay for this. And then you're going again, you're going on the field, you're trying to break walls with your heads, and you're trying to get these metrics done, you're trying to hit your milestones. And then you get back, and you everything fine? Okay, let's make a third version of your product. But be prepared. After the third version, you need to start getting some kind of revenues or hit a major milestone that really matters from the financial point of view. Not 100,000 users. It's without a business model, it's nothing. And then, if you hit your milestone or you have made the first revenue stream, you are like free to go, exit and fly. Then you can we can help you with the incorporation of the company, with all the legal stuff and all of this stuff. And you have a company with a working product, And of course, we will be co-owners and we will help you out, and we are hoping that you will help us out too. And I love this picture. I found on the internet this guy is some kind of extreme race, and this picture is there because really life is tough. For the startup, I think it's much more tougher than for the regular guy sitting in the office. And we name it underperforming. It's not an option in Eegloo. If you underperform, sorry, but we need to figure it out somehow to quit over there, to save something that have been done, but we won't continue because it's all about hitting the milestone that we have made together. And in this way, we will try to keep startup pool alive. So if you have pool of 5 projects, then the last one, the worst performer will go out. The best performer will go out also, but at a company that is already incorporated. So, and we will have 2 slots for the startups to join. We want this blood flowing all the time. We don't want to bake one project for 2 years and then woo. And some future insight, we hope that this year we will launch 5 to 8 startups. I mean this year till the end of this year, not 12 months. And we are planning to get another 200K on board, so to raise our cap and to have more resources to support entrepreneurs. And we are already negotiating some stuff in Stockholm to open the same type of place in Stockholm, so all the members of Eegloo will be able to you know, have fun around Europe, making money, of course, not wasting money. And in Berlin, it's our dream, but for now it's kind of a bit of misty. And thank you very much. You can apply, follow us at Eegloo Lab, and welcome in our office. So thank you.